What's up, fucking YouTube? This is Daniel on the road. Not a long road, since I've already made it basically home. But I was just watching these fucking anti-Father Day videos. And, you know, for those who don't know, I can't have children. Just, you know, medical reasons. No, I never got snipped. No, I still have 2 pals in the stick. There's no problems with how they work, but just infertile. So anyways, it pisses me off even more. Maybe it pisses me off more than it used to, but this has been a thing for at least as long as I can remember. There's always been some fucking form of this anti-Father's Day shit. I was just watching this video where people were like, Happy Father's Day, Mom. No, it's Happy Mother's Day, Mom. If you think that your mom has ever been your father, then you're wrong. Your mom was your mom. Every single day, 24/7, she was your mom. And just because she did shit that maybe a father would have done with you doesn't make her your dad. She never filled that role. She cannot fill that role. And for the people who think that your mom was your dad, or fucking for anybody who feels that way, I feel nothing but sympathy for you. Now, my dad wasn't there a lot. Frankly, I don't think my mom wanted my dad there. But my dad was there enough, you know, especially when I was young, that I had a connection with my father, that I knew what dads do with their sons and daughters, and what moms do. And my mom never, even though she was a single parent for many, many years of my life, she never, ever, I never felt like she ever tried to step into the role of a father. She took me to fucking events that my dad would have normally done. She did things for me that a father should have been there to do. But at no point did I ever get confused with the fact that she was my mom. It's Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and Happy Father's Day, Dad. Your mom is not your dad. Your dad is not your mom. They can't be. It's just, there's certain things that a man brings, especially a father, brings to a situation that it's a psychology. Men and women are not the same. And so when you see some of the most fucked up people, especially here in the US, some of the most insane people, almost all of them fatherless, more than anything, I think a father is the guiding force, the rudder in a child's life. And granted, bad fathers can be a bad rudder and can lead a child down worse things than maybe a single parented child. But there are a lot of single dads out there. And there's a lot of dads who'd like to be with their children, but can't. But in no way should anybody ever confuse that fact. Your mom was never your dad. No matter how much she did the things that your dad should have been there to do, your mom wasn't your dad. It's not Happy Father's Day, Mom, because your mom was your mom. She should be praised for being your mom. You should be happy that you had a mother, but you should never ever put that onus. Your mom was never your father. And for those of you who had fucking deadbeat dads, it's you know, it's pathetic. They were likely rudderless as well. But some people are just like that. And you know, a shame on them. They're fucking trash. Trash should be fucking thrown in the trash. But for those of you who actually had fathers, maybe your father passed away, which is a terrible thing, or especially if you were still old enough to actually know your dad. Think back, to what it was like, the differences between mom and dad, the dynamic, and think back, and then your mom cannot fill that spot, never in her life, and she shouldn't have to. There should be no trying to fill the spot of a father. Your mom is your mom, and that's how I feel about that. So on to fucking less important shit, because I like to talk about things that don't matter, because things that matter like that, they just piss me off. But things that don't matter, like I just invested fucking way too much money into stocks. I kind of need that money back, but I'm gonna keep it in there. Not a lot of money. I've been using Stash. I put some money in Young Money, and put some money in some food category. I can't remember what it was, but on the Stash Facebook page, a lot of people were recommending it. Put a few dollars into each. Invested some more money into Gamers for the Win, even though, mostly because E3 had a negative impact on some of these companies. So Gamers for the Win was down like 3.5%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking like multi-billion-dollar corporations, together they are, I put some more money into Microsoft. They dropped down just a tad, 0.25%. Every time I got a little bit extra money. Stash has this cool little thing where it'll take a little bit. It'll take the change off the top of things that you buy, and it'll put it into your stash. And then at the end of the week, I'll go into my stash. Sometimes I'll load up stash, and sorry for the sun. I'll load up stash and I'll see that I have like $6-7 in there. Sometimes I'll have significantly more if I wait till the end of the week, and I'll put it into something. I've invested in stocks, I've invested in bonds, short-term, long-term investments, medium-term investments. I put my money in. I'm trying to diversify as much as possible. So I've got some high-risk stuff, I've got some low-risk stuff. I've got some medium-ish risk stuff, but I got money into Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, and I put money into Microsoft because they seem to be trending upwards, and as cloud becomes more and more important, it's looking like, I don't know how Google is going to do it, but it's looking like it's going to be a two-horse race, and if you're not in the game now, Google's in the game. If you're not in the game now, I don't know where the hell you're going to be as a computer company if you're not in the fucking cloud business. It's going to be Amazon and Microsoft. And what's worse is that this is everything, right? We're talking about these server farms are $300 million investments. Each one, and Microsoft already has. So I gotta get a fucking lawnmower so bad. I should have picked one up. Like crap, I was at Walmart and I didn't pick one up. There were like $300-400 million investments, and this is invading everywhere. For people who love gaming, Microsoft has Azure servers, which runs Xbox Live everywhere. You got them in Australia. There's two centers in Australia, I think now, or there should be by now. They're all over Europe. They're all over Asia, all over the U.S. and Canada. There's one like literally, as far as the internet goes, right down the road. Iowa's got like a big, massive one. I think it's Iowa's got a giant, massive server farm. They got smaller ones in Chicago and I think Memphis. Is it Memphis? I can't remember. But things are changing, bro. To cloud, and people like to, oh, cloud, that's just, no, cloud is real. Cloud has been around for a long time. People have been cloud gaming for a while now. If you played an MMO, that's cloud gaming. So all those fucking, all you douchebags who played fucking the shitty game called WoW, and it's super simplistic gameplay, yeah, you played in the cloud that doesn't exist apparently, because Microsoft said it existed. You don't believe it exists. So anyways, the future is the cloud. Anybody in IT could tell you that the future is the cloud. We left a server mainframe terminal based technology a long ways behind, and it's slowly starting to move back in that direction as internet speeds grow faster. Right now, Charter is giving me doubling my internet speed for free. So anyways, peace out. I'm sure there's other shit I want to talk about, but maybe I'll talk about it later. But I'm going to take this groceries inside, feed the dogs, and then I'm going to let the cats out. I'm going to let the cats who are fixed out of the house. The cat who is not fixed, who had babies, she's going to get fixed, and then I'll let her out of the house. All right, peace out, people.